I'm gonna take it a little differently here. It is what it is. First thing first, what do you know you need to give up in order to get to where you need to be? All right. For me, I know I had to give up more sleep. So as of late, I've been training myself with 5 hours of sleep a day and been running that way. For some people, they're like, oh my goodness. Now, when I get a chance to relax, I'll relax. But other than that, no. Let me put my guys on display real quick. Dudes, boys, men. And really the order is boys, dudes, men. We must understand something about this channel in particular. This channel is built for men who want relationships with women that ultimately lead to marriage. So if you think this is a channel that you want to get on here, snatch points on, and destroy women with, that's on you. That's not the purpose of this channel. That is not the intent. I want to continue to go to marriage proposals, weddings, receptions, all of this stuff and everything like that. I am sick and tired of seeing great men. I'm talking great. I'm not talking good. I'm talking about the men who go out and knock it out the park every single day, come back home to nothing, and have to sit there and suffer in silence. Fellas, let's have a real conversation. There's 3 things that we don't do, right? We all fall into one of these categories, and then the 4th one is typically the ones who are in my position. I'm not going to point the ones out of my position because it makes 0 sense. Let's take it to the fellas. Fellas, either you are one of 3 things, all right? You're too private to admit anything. Let's get to the private. Private, report. The reason you're scared is because you don't want to get hurt. You fear the inflictions. You fear the disappointment. You fear the letdown afterwards, if you can continue on. To operate with necessity of scarcity is no life worth living. Let me ask you the question. If the risk wasn't big, the reward wouldn't be either. It's not a risk to get up every day and go to work. It's a risk to get up, go to work every day, work out, invest in the stock market or invest in another trade, and then putting yourself out there and then seeing if you can do it. It's the risk to walk up to an 8, to a 9, to a 10 and be rejected because you'll take it personally. Private, let's be honest with it. You're still hurt from the past. But let me tell you something about the past. Nowhere right now can you do anything to affect the past except for repair bridges that you possibly burned or that you allowed others to burn from you. You are not as good of a person as you're saying, because if you were as good of a person as you're saying, you would have fixed it so that way you can help others. Suppressing yourself is bad. Private, you're supposed to be out there on the front lines because you have stuff to offer. But instead offering complaints, offering these things that you definitely know that you do not need to do, but you continuously do it, not gonna work. Private, let me tell you something. You want to join this Alpha Army? We get monetized next month. You want to join this Alpha Army? You will be called upon. And when I call, you come or you get the hell out. See how I operate with my group of people? Yeah, I'm going to select 25 people. I'm only going to have 25. We're going to do live coaching. Bro, last year I cleared 156,000, and that ain't because of no god darn YouTube. But you know why? Because I go hard at this. I don't work no less than 90 hours a week. I'm on vacation working. I have a scarcity too. I fear being broke. Not broken. I fear that one of these days, man, I might be sitting there and go, bro, I'm supposed to have at least 80 million. and I don't have it. But Nash, what if you had 30 million? What if you had 40 million? I don't care. I said 80 for a reason. Private, the bickering, the complaining, the passive aggressiveness is just as bad. Because the damaging effect that it will have on you will be that you will become more acerbic. You will take your ball and stay home. You'll never come out to play. You'll be the coulda, woulda, shoulda, if only you had a heart. Private, let it beat. Live with the results. Once we have members, I'm going to show you how to approach women, how to talk to women, how to do quote unquote game, but for the right reasons. And if you don't do it for the right reason, the game won't work for you because you'll have a prove it deal. Yeah, you'll have to walk up to a woman, have a great conversation, and look her dead in the face and say, I'm going to be someone you love in 90 days. But by your look, she's going to know that you mean it. And if I get told I'm too hard on you, I don't care. See, Private, you fear way more than you dream. You live in the realm of, let me complain to my friends so they can give me this sympathetic, false, empathetic ear that I truly need. No, you don't need that, Private. Private, what you need to do is get out of your shell. Like Freddie Mercury said, I want to break free. But you refuse to break free. Because that excuse is what you hold on to. Because without that excuse, you're no longer you. It's time to upgrade, Private. The second one, Mr. Not articulate enough to speak it. So instead you lash out. You know the guys. You know the guys. Always yelling, always tripping, can't take them nowhere. Mr. Short Fuse. Because you risk sounding stupid. You risk that you might be exposed for really not knowing nothing. So as you sit here and we go back to the peanuts. Wah 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 wah. You're not articulate enough. So that's why you operate out of your emotions. Because you fear that when you speak, not only will they not listen, not only will they expose you, but they'll find out that you're full of shit. You can't live with that. So lashing out emotionally, going off on women, going off on friends, going off on your mama, going off on your daddy, going off on everybody, to the point where they had to look at you and say, what's wrong with you? Bro, you need anger management. You don't need no goddamn anger management. You need to learn how to talk to people, take in criticisms. Nobody is against you. There's no man that's against you. The only man that's against you is the one that you look in the mirror and have to sit up here and get mad at him. Because you know as well as I know that all that you doing is so that you don't seem stupid. But let me tell you something. You look like a dumb ape. So at the risk of looking like King Kong falling, you rather make the buildings fall. That's a sad state of mind to be in. Very sad. But admit it, at least admit it, Mr. Not Articulate Enough. So what, you won't be able to say the right words? So what, you get frustrated and so you have to lash out so that they understand. They're going to understand what I'm saying through what I'm feeling. No. It's not how you do it, man. Because not only will you drive people away from you, their lasting words about you will be your next presentation and your next introductory. That's why I tell people all the time, don't speak bad about your ex. I don't care how effed up they was. Now, obviously, if they hit on you and stuff like that, like physically beat you, then yeah, warn somebody. But by that time, you should have called the police. Yeah, call the police on the woman. Because if you don't, she will. And then when she does, she gets to control the narrative. And now you look like the person who bam, bam, bam the women. Ladies, same thing. If he put his hands on you, call the police. I don't give a damn. You know how the police do us. So, do you want a rematch? You gonna go get your skills up real quick? You gonna step into the boxing class? Is that what you gonna do? No. Mr. Not articulate enough to speak it. You will die at the hands of yourself because your emotions will get the worst of you. You either have a heart attack, you put your hands on the wrong person, or you'll do something so damn stupid that you will fatally take your own self away. Whether it's a car crash, the other thing. Mr. Not articulate enough to speak it. I need you to open your mouth. You can talk to people with the rudimentary understanding that you have because the Vox Populi accept it anyway. They do. They do. It means you can break it down to such a low level that the people can understand you. You see what I just did there? Mr. Not articulate enough to speak it. Now, the third one. Mr. Worry Machine. Mr. Worry Machine. Mr. Not thoughtful enough. Do you ever consider that what you do isn't good enough? Yeah, but Nash, I go to work. I work 70 hours a week. I work 60 hours a week. What are you talking about? Not thoughtful enough to think about it. You do realize you're a selfish individual, right? Yeah, you are. Nobody wants to tell you because you got this right here. But it's not good enough, bro. They can't love you because you're not thinking of them. The word I should get out of your damn vocabulary. Start to make conversations about them. Start to spread the word differently. You have to. There are many of people who are great who can handle stuff in your life if you put them in position. But because you have to be the one holding the damn blade for the surgery, you have to be the one with the key to open everything. Yeah, it's all right to lead, but it is also all right to relegate responsibilities to other individuals so that the world isn't on you. I know it's hard to relinquish some power to people. I know. But Mr. Not thoughtful enough, do you understand what you are doing? Do you understand that you are on the verge of a nervous breakdown? Do you truly understand what you are doing? Because if you don't understand this, eventually you will have a pipe burst. And when that pipe bursts, you're not getting up. Mr. Not thoughtful enough to think about it. Technically thoughtful enough to think. There are people who want to help. Your refusal to allow them to help means what exactly? That they won't appreciate you? Do you really believe that? You really believe that, huh? That they won't appreciate you? It's possible they may love you even more because they finally feel like they are useful instead of useless. Oh, you thought this was going to be a woman bashing channel? That you can just come up and kick your feet up? What's that Nash drink? Nash drinks Macallan 15. I'll have a Macallan 15. Yeah, let me take that bottle home. Cool. All right. Let me get my cigar. So you got your scotch. You got your tobacco. You know, this is the time you're actually supposed to be spending with your people, teaching them how to do things so that it can alleviate a lot of the tension that you have yet to address. Can we have that honest conversation? We cannot be alpha males if we can't address ourselves. Don't take all criticism, but take criticism from people that you love and then ask them, how does it make them feel? Then ask them, do you know my intent for this? So that way right there, they can invite in what you want to talk about. And then that way right there, you just value them. See, these are conversations your father should have had, your uncle, your grandpa, your brother, your teacher, your coach. But because you had to macho man, because you had to do that, you forget you're only standing in front of a mirror, not a crowd. But they fooled you. Because in life, while you were leading, they praised you, but they praised you without telling you the reason for it, and it's reliability. It's time to return the favor. I'll catch you on the next video. Appreciate you. Share this with your people.